Hello, welcome back. It's GotAUkulele review day, slightly delayed on account of some family time this weekend. As ever, this is the summary video review. Linked below all of these reviews is the link to the full written review. You'll get a lot more information there. Also a reminder about the Patreon and subscribing to the ukulele channel. The Patreon really does help me out. This one, brand featured many times before on GotAUkulele. They're a Chinese brand who make some value instruments, always sort of quite interesting, a little bit different. And the brand is called Enya. There was a huge buzz about Enya's I'd reviewed before, in particular HPL, high pressure laminate instruments that flew off the shelves. They're mainly available on Amazon, but not solely. They're actually a big brand in China in lots of music stores and starting to appear in music stores over in the West too. This one has had quite a buzz about it since I released some sneak pictures, because it's a brand new one from them, not quite fully released yet. And a lot of people have been interested as to what I would think about it, and I think this is the first review you will find anywhere. This is the Enya Nova U ukulele. It's a concert scale ukulele, and it's really quite different, isn't it? First glance, when I saw the pictures of this, I thought, oh, it's another plastic ukulele. They actually call this carbon fiber, but it's not fully carbon fiber. A lot of people said, it doesn't look like carbon fiber. It's actually built in the same way as the outdoor ukulele carbon is, which is a polycarbonate, but mixed into the polycarbonate are carbon fiber pieces, strips, fibers, not sure how it works, but there's carbon fiber in the plastic to give it some strength and to take off that plastic edge of the tone. Now, I've never reviewed an outdoor ukulele, try as I might. They don't seem to want to send me one. Ask them about that. I'd be happy to review one, but I do hear good things about their carbon models. So this has been built, I believe, in the same sort of vein. So it's plastic, but with carbon fiber in it, and I love the look of it. This is a concert scale ukulele, comes in this black, which does attract fingerprints, but also an orange, a white, a sort of pinky colour, a pale blue, so lots of choices, and I don't think the coloured ones will attract the fingerprints in the same way, but I like the all black of this. Everything's black on it pretty much. And it's made in, like most plastic ukuleles, this is a single piece back that runs to a single piece neck. It's all part of the same mold, and then dropped on the top of that is a single piece top, fingerboard, front of the headstock. So it's actually a two-piece instrument, creating this resonant sound chamber. It's also a thin line, which is interesting. I think is part of what got people interested in looking at it. And I love the shape. I mean, that is a Les Paul shape. That's what it is. It's a double bout with a cutaway up here on the top shoulder. I love the little sort of swoops and curves. I love that sort of one-piece neck. It's really tactile. It's really well made. Unlike a lot of plastic instruments I play, I can't find any sort of sharp seam edges or dips or bows or bends. It's really well put together. Simple, but well put together. You'd be surprised how manufacturers of plastic ukuleles can get it wrong, despite them being simple. Molded into that top, I think it's part of the same piece, is this bridge. At first glance I thought it was a through body bridge, but it isn't. It's actually a slot style. You tie knots in, drop them into those holes and pull them tight. And a composite plastic saddle there, which is black. It's black to match the black here, but on the coloured instruments it stays black, so you know it's a separate piece that will come out. That's nice. Sound hole, that's the Enya sort of flame logo. I don't normally like delicate sound holes like that on wooden instruments because they're fragile. This isn't fragile, this is tough. You also, though, get a side sound port there as well. I don't really have a great opinion on those, but there we are, there is one. Thin line, not much more to say, other than the fact you get these strap buttons in gold. I don't think the gold works with the black. I'd rather they were black. I think they'll look less stark on the coloured versions, but that's a minor complaint of mine. So as I say, that neck just continues up from the body. It's all part of the same material. It's rounded, but kind of shallow on the back. It's a disappointing 35mm and 25 G to A. However, I'll come on to the play in a moment. I normally don't like that and would say that's far too narrow for me, but there's something else going on here, and I'm not entirely sure what it is. Moulded into that top piece is the fingerboard. The frets, naturally, are plastic. They're part of the mould, so intonation's not going to be a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to the top shoulder. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 in total. 14, 15, 16, yeah, 18 in total. Outward facing star position markers in white plastic outlet inlays at 5, 7, 10 and 12. On the coloured versions, those dots change the colour of the body, which is a nice touch. No side markers. Come on, put some side markers on. Because they're moulded in, they're not sharp at all. It's really comfortable, actually. No zero fret, which you often see on plastic instruments, but they seem to be confident that they've got the intonation right. We will see. Beyond that, plastic nut, which again is part of the same mould. Interesting enough headstock, asymmetric shape with the Enya logo there and a gold screen print. Quite like that. The tuners, generic open gears, small black buttons. No real complaints other than the fact that, again, that they're gold, and I think the gold jars against this black. This is purely aesthetics for me. It's not a huge complaint. I'd prefer them anodized, gunmetal black, something like that, or even silver I think would look better. The gold looks a bit in my face. It comes with Enya fluorocarbon strings, which I don't like. I never like. I find them a bit flabby. Easily changed though. This rather nice pod case, semi-hard pod case with the Enya logo. That's cool because this is not a standard dimension ukulele. You also get the little goodie bag from Enya with a strap, a spare set of strings and a capo. And if you buy the coloured version, the strap changes colour to the colour of the ukulele, as does the capo. That's quite nice. So there we are. Really well put together. Like everything from Enya I've played, they always arrive really well put together. It's light, it's really nicely balanced, it's really nice to hold. And despite my forgivings about that narrow nut, I actually find it quite playable. Other than the flabby strings, which I would change. But I didn't really have any problems fretting it. I think it's because it's quite flat on the back and it's tactile and it's super. I don't know what it is, but I've not really struggled with it. So I've not really got any complaints so far. I adore the shape of it. Absolutely adore. Don't like the fingerprints it picks up. There's one or two scuffs that arrived on this one. They're not as noticeable anymore. Again, I think the coloured ones will be better for that. But it's a minor gripe. You know, if you've got a cloth, you just rub these fingerprints off. And it is Johnny Cash black, isn't it? So I prefer that. First thing that struck me about it, it doesn't sound like a plastic ukulele. It doesn't sound like a wooden ukulele. It sounds like what it is. It's its own thing. I think this is what people say about the Outdoor. That doesn't sound like a wooden ukulele, but doesn't sound echoey and hollow and lunchboxy like a plastic ukulele. I quite like the tone of that. And that volume is pretty good, actually. It's not quiet. There's no bends or dips in the top that you get on things like the Waterman. The neck is strengthened inside, so it's not bendy and doesn't create a wah-wah effect. And as I say, that volume is pretty good. The sustain is also pretty good, meaning it has a certain character to it. It doesn't sound like a lunchbox with strings on it. It's a lot brighter than I expected it to sound. And again, I like it for that. It's not muddy, it's very clear. A lot of plastic ukuleles can get a bit sort of out of step with itself, or it just sort of merges into a bleh. Every note is clear, and because of that, you get this really sort of nice harmonic jangle. Really quite like that. Just remembered, I haven't told you the price. I'm not going to tell you now, I'll tell you at the end. It's pretty. I really like it finger picked. The notes harmonise together really well. Playing it more than I do normally. That's because I like it. It's really well playable. I like the sound of it. I like the feel of it. Price. These are launching in the UK at the moment, £79.99. But £79.99, that is not the end of the picture, because you've got to import these from China. So it comes with about £23-24 delivery charge. So it takes the price up to just over £100. Okay, that's not a bad price for a ukulele, full stop. Not one that sounds pretty good like this does. Very well made. But people are going to want to compare that to the outdoor. To get the outdoor in the UK is prohibitively expensive, I've always thought. They don't make a concert to get their tenor into the UK with import from America. And this is before duty. You're looking at best part of £200. So this is about half the price of the outdoor. I don't know what these are going to launch at in the USA, but that price differential is going to be less because you don't get delivery charges on outdoor ukuleles within the USA, and you're still going to have to pay for have this delivered from China. However, it's still going to come in quite a lot less than the outdoor ukulele. So I think it's great value. Or is that to say that the outdoor ukulele is too expensive? I don't know. You tell me. I don't think it's a bad price. I'd pay £100 for one. I think it's really well made. The extras are nice. I changed the strings. I don't like the gold hardware. That's just me. That's a minor point. And they're easily changed too. I definitely changed the strings. It's comfortable to play. I like the sound. Yeah, not the loudest, but it is, as they bill it, a travel ukulele. Yeah, I'd keep one of these in the car. It's pretty much indestructible. Not going to be affected by temperature and humidity. And not a lot of money. I think Enya have done it well. Again, they've taken a concept, they've applied it well, they put it out at a good price. I'm not waxing lyrical. It doesn't sound like a Koa Aloha. It doesn't sound like a wooden ukulele at all. I wish I had an outdoor here to do a side-by-side with, but from what I hear people tell me about the outdoor ukuleles, I think this probably works in the same way insofar as it doesn't sound like a Waterman, it doesn't sound like your traditional plastic ukulele sound. It doesn't sound like anything like that, but it doesn't sound like a wooden one either, and I'm going on. The Enya Nova U, this one in black, also in a range of other colours with those extras. It's a thin line ABS with carbon fibre mix concert scale ukulele, and look at those fingerprints. Sorry. This comes with a recommendation from me. I think these should probably fly off the shelves. If you were waiting for my review of one, Baz likes it. If you don't like plastic ukuleles, you probably won't like it, but there we are. Plenty of people do. I'm not against them, and I think this is more than a plastic ukulele. Yeah, recommended. Well done, Enya. This was worth the wait. Enjoy. Back next week on GotAUkulele, going back to the more traditional stuff. Okay, fine. See you soon. Enjoy the rest of your week and take care. Bye-bye.